All right, welcome to Booze and Views. I'm John Shrek McPhee, the sheriff of Baghdad. Today, check me out. Here's what I'm drinking today. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Check me out. What? Look at these little guys. Where do you find Buffalo Trace mini bottles? Airplanes. Always ask. If you flying, you ask. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna drink these little guys. Look, you guys know Buffalo Trace mini bottles. You know how this works, right? It's good, we like it. We already know that. Super popular these days. You can't find it anymore, but still good. Cheers. Delicious, just like I knew it would be, right? Okay, just got back, check me out, boom. Wreaths Across America from my yearly pilgrimage to Arlington to put in wreaths, right? And it was an interesting year, you know, so here. You know the deal, kids have to leave the room. Probably not for this one. Kids have to leave the room and kids have to leave the room. I'm gonna take a drink and then we're gonna talk about it. You know the deal. Everybody likes this stuff. That's why you can't find it. All right, so every year, me and my wife, we go to Wreaths Across America. We volunteer our time. We meet up with the convoy in Kent Island, Maryland, right? And then we drive to Arlington. We follow the convoy or near it, right? Because you don't really want to follow it. It's slow. Especially when you got to get there before them. But we follow the convoy down Arlington, right? A buddy of mine, my ranger buddy, Danny, he runs, you know, coordinating all the trucks, all the wreaths, all that kind of stuff, right? Logistics. And I'll tell you, I think it's like 400. Like my numbers are close, you know what I mean? I don't do this, I just volunteer my time. But I know Arlington's like 460 some thousand wreaths, 480, something in there, right? I know those are somewhere numbers, so anyone doing the math, do the math and let me know. Comment below if there's a comment. If not, well, anyway, we'll move on, right? So, you know, that's a lot. That's like 67 trucks, right? This year was 63, which caused some problems itself, but normally it's 67 trucks. And then think about this, from Maine, right? I think there was like, and I'm gonna guess, right? There's probably, I'd say about 20 police cars, right? With the police as drivers. I don't know if they have passengers, I would imagine so, but, and then there was probably about, man, I bet you there had to be 50 police bikes, right? And then, you know, there's 67 semis, generally speaking. And then like all the Gold Star families, someone who lost a child who was in the services, right? They can drive the whole convoy. And I bet you there's like, I don't know, a dozen at least Wreaths Across America, right? With wraps, really big, and they drive the families around and such a good deal, right? But that's just the convoy, right? So they drive from Maine. It takes a week. And they all end up at Arlington, right? And then normally one day we put wreaths. I put wreaths this year on the World War II memorial, right? And then we do the wreaths in Arlington, generally on Saturday, right? And then I'm a volunteer, meaning like this year I got to run section 80, 81, and 82. And just by luck, it's like we need boxes, we need people to give out wreaths, you know, just go here, right? And that's kind of the way it works every year. And we put out wreaths, right? And then, you know, it's a really nice deal, right? We've been doing it for years. You go out, you put out wreaths, you do the, you know, they did, last year we did the Pentagon, this year we did World War II Memorial. You know, I'd like to hit all the memorials with Wreaths Across America and just see it for myself, right? But, and then they do Arlington now. They do thousands of other cemeteries, but I just go to Arlington because my buddy Danny runs it, right? And then there's kind of a growing group of hard rock the Hard Rock Charlie Foundation, right? Check it out. But if you were a 175 Seaco Ranger, come out and jump with us or come hang out with us. We put out wreaths during the day. At night, we hit the Irish pub. I should be drinking a bottle of Galway Bay eggnog right now, but I forgot to grab it. So we're drinking this, so cheers, right? So we put out the wreaths, right? And I'm telling you, man, like Arlington looks amazing. And you know, when you lay a wreath down, I straighten the bows, I get it looking right, I place it, you know, I read what's on the headstone, you know, I tell whoever it is, Merry Christmas. It's not like, you know, we're just chucking them out here, right? And then this year, supposedly wreaths, like an actual wreath, like a Christmas wreath, is a Christian gang sign. And some other veteran nonprofit, I'm not going to name any names because we're all veterans here. Like, can't we just not bash each other in front of the world, right? Can't we all just honestly get along, right? Like, cheer, here, I'll drink to that. Here, get along, just get along. Cheers, right? So a guy came out and said that if you were of the Jewish faith, right, they don't put anything on their headstones. A stone was approved, I think, by the head rabbi out of Jerusalem. They've talked to him. They talk to him every year because everyone who volunteers wants to respect everybody who's there. That's it, right? It's not really a Christmas present. It's just a show of appreciation at Christmas time, right? Now, because of their faith and how they feel about headstones and burials, right? I respect the right. If there's a Star of David on it, right? You don't put it on there, you give them a stone. And a lot of times guys will carry stones to put on there for those guys, right? Well, this guy complained that the wreaths were Christian gang signs and we were over-Christianizing, you know, these veteran memorial sites, right? So here's what I would say. First off, come on out, check it out. You know what I mean? If you think we're over-Christianize it, come out. You know what I mean? Like, and explain to us and show us. And I bet you we're already doing it, most of it, right? Because here's the real deal. Whether, I don't care what your faith is, think about this, right? Whether you're a Christian or you're Jewish, or it doesn't matter what your faith is. Doesn't matter, right? At Christmas time, right, on a Christian grave, you put a wreath. That's it. That's all we do. Now, there is Jewish faith families or had veterans that died and their families come out and put stuff out on their headstone for Christmas as well, because maybe they grew up believing in Christmas. Are you going to tell the family if they do that they're wrong? So I understand that it's sensitive and it boils down to even having the religion and be able to talk about this, right? Difference of a religion, right? But and I would say, like, the last thing with it is come check it out. Everyone that wants to do the right thing, hey, come out, say the word. If we were doing something wrong, we'd change right now. I would. I'd be like, oh, cool, thank you, right? Like, so, but I think the last part about it is you gotta look at also, right, when, you know, in being Arlington every year and working the different sections and being all over, and you know, last year I was one of 10 guys unloading all the trucks because it was closed. You look at this every year, you got to look at the different sections, and what you'll see is, I don't know what the percentages are, but the bulk of every headstone out there is Christian. Right? So it's not like, you know, we're a Christian gang or anything, right? It's because it's kind of who was here hundreds of years ago. I wasn't here then. I don't even think my family was here then. I don't know, right? But I would just say this, it's the bulk. So we have to respect, first and foremost, the person that gets the right to be buried there, right? And I think that should be the priority. And then the next goes to the family. And then look, you know, the families, they might have, you know, no matter what the religion is, the family could have their own little things they do, right? And now you could come out and see that, hey, someone did this to the gravestone, but what if it was the family? What if the family celebrated like that? And then you took it off, now you're denying the family, right? So Look, they just want to make sure every veteran, isn't forgot about. His name is said one more time, right? So, hey, if you haven't come out, come out. Okay, real talk. That's what we do during the day. At night, we're in the Irish pubs drinking. I always eat fish and tots. This place, they cook these tots like they're the perfect like crunch to soft ratio, right? So I eat fish and tots every night. Tots. If you ask me I'll say tots, right? All the time over fries. I'm just throwing it out there, especially there, right? But we've had a good parties. We normally have a final farewell with all the law enforcement guys. Shout out to those guys. That convoy stuff, man. I was behind it for a couple hours. Yeah, if I was doing that for a week, man, like I would definitely need a partner in my car, someone to talk to. That'd be a long, long, lonely week, right? But hey, shout out to those guys. Like, they do a lot of hard work, and honestly, boys in blue get shit on these days do. So, all right, overall, look, Wreaths Across America. I go every year. I love it. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can, as long as I know of. I'm going for sure, right? Merry Christmas to everybody else. Cheers. Here. There you go. Cheers. Cheers to everybody. Merry Christmas. I'll see you suckers sometime in 22. That's gonna get hard to get used to. I'll see you in 22 if I don't see you sooner. Cheers.